My head looks better. I guess the acne medication is helping. I guess that's what I need. I guess I'm gonna have to buy some more because my forehead went down. It looks a lot better. I guess I should have done that immediately yesterday. That benzoyl peroxide, man, it pulls all the oil and stuff out of your face. If you have a problem with acne, try that benzoyl peroxide. Oh, God. Oh. So I'm kind of craving eggs. Oh, good morning, Laura. How are y'all doing? I'm kind of craving eggs. Good morning, Jason. Yeah, I got up like 4 hours ago. I got up at 2:45. I've been studying. I'm starving. It's really cold this morning. It's 43. I don't think I've ever felt it this cold here before. Oh, I need food. I could have ate again before bed, but I didn't because I didn't want to get heartburn. I wonder what the temperature is going to be today. I wonder if I'll be able to even get out of the damn car. Because when it's this cold, you're not getting out of the car. You're going to be in the car all day because it's so cold, you know? That's one of the reasons that I choose to stay in Florida, because typically I can be out and be active because it's not too cold. When it's this cold, though, you have to be in your car under the comforter, and you can't really do that during the day because society has a problem with you laying in the back seat of your car. They want to call the law on you and have problems, start problems, wrap your head around the fact that you simply refuse to pay $2,000 or $3,000 a month in rent. They can't wrap their head around the fact that when you live out of a car, you're going to be in the bed with your comforter when it's cold. So instead of minding their business, they like to call the cops and make dumb assumptions. So during the day, we don't get in the bed because every time I've ever got back there, I've had to deal with law enforcement during the day. And I just don't want to deal with them. It brings the worst out in me. I have PTSD from law enforcement. I've been wrongfully arrested for crimes I did not commit, convicted of one crime that I did not commit. And after stuff like that, you just don't want to deal with them, you know? I do think that learning to mind your business would be a great topic to teach children in school. We don't point at people, we don't stare at people, we don't talk to strangers, and we definitely mind our business at all times, unless someone's dying and we see blood. Unless we see fire or blood, we mind our business. It needs to be Life Lessons with Brooke 101. And while we're at it, let's bring back home economics and workshops. I slept like a log. Oh God, there's homeless people. This dude done fell off his bike. Y'all, this area is rough. This area has a high drug area. Like, there's people been up on that shit. Maybe we should just go to Wawa and get breakfast. Let's do that, because I don't feel like cooking in this cold shit. It's 43 degrees. My hands will get chapped. And then I'll be grouchy all day, because my hands hurt. It's just easier to get somebody to make it, I guess. I saw this video of this woman who was missing her right eye. She was dating a guy. I do believe that they had children. They had a son or something. And she had done kicked him out several times because he was doing drugs behind her back. So the mother says, you need to go. I'm not going to allow you to be high around son. I don't want drugs in my life. After a while, she let him back in. Never let them back in. There came a point where he moves back in the house. One day, she was squirreling back money for a rainy day. She saved some money. He found the money in the house. She demanded the money. He had done spent it on drugs. They got in an argument. He punched her in the face. She was on the ground, like pretty much incapacitated, and he shot her in the face with a shotgun. Miraculously, this bitch survives. Whole eye hollowed out over drug money. I never stole. I never was out here scamming on people for drug money. I don't feel like it's a drug thing. It's a character thing. He had characteristics before he started the drugs. The drugs just fucking amplified his bad characteristics. I do think that a lot of people do drugs and then they do things that they wouldn't do if they were sober. But they went and talked to him in prison, and he's swearing up and down he never shot her. Something that was very telling for me is how when he lies, he sweats. His hands were so sweaty, he kept wiping them on his pants because he was lying. It's a miracle that she survived. When you're dealing with somebody like that, you have to exile them out of your life, whether you're doing, especially if you're not doing drugs. But if you're doing drugs too, you got to get away from that to get clean. I'm glad I don't have those problems anymore. No shitty men trying to kill me, because there's been a ton. No drug problems. You got to look on the brighter side of life. Yeah, it sucks. But I could be getting my ass whooped every day. I could still be on drugs. What a piece of shit. I mean, she's still beautiful, you know. But it's really sad to carry those kind of scars around on you. Have to look in the mirror and remember that shit every day. I don't know, I feel like it's a character thing. I don't feel like the drugs make you act like that. I feel like they lower your inhibitions or whatever, but like, never did no shit like that on drugs. Ever. And like, I don't even know how to put it into words better, but essentially, most drug addicts are out here scheming and scamming, and I never did shit like that, but probably because I was a functioning drug addict and I worked. You know what I mean? So, I had hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in every year. Ain't that crazy? I can go do drugs and have a lucrative income, but sober, I can't find a job because of my criminal record. I can go do sex work, any line of sex work, I can go make bukus of money. OnlyFans, stripping, full-blown prostitute. I can go make hundreds of thousands of dollars in sex work, but if I want a regular job, society says, fuck you. Welcome to the real world, where women are disrespected. They're put into a box and they're told what they will and will not do. I'd rather starve. I think I've made that abundantly clear. And I have starved over this. Over refusing to be a sex worker. It's just crazy. It's really sad. I mean, it makes me feel bad for upcoming girls. The good ones that deserve better. something that really stuck out to me was how big of a slime ball he looked like. Like, he just looks like a skeezy, sorry excuse of a son of a bitch. And she's so pretty, and it's like, girl, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You know, and unfortunately, DV ties into low self-esteem. A lot of women believe they're abusers, and they keep going back because they think that they can't do better, or they love this person and they believe they're bullshit. And I'm here to tell you that this type of behavior only gets worse. It only gets worse. They will never stop reoffending you. And it will come to the point to where they attempt to kill you. Absolutely. Every time. You know, especially when there's drugs involved. Especially when there's drugs involved. She seems like she's doing a lot better. She's had multiple surgeries to try to fix the hole in her face from where he shot her with a shotgun. I just hope that she realizes that she's beautiful and she deserves better, because we all do. We all do. Got to set the bar a little higher so that, I don't know. I guess I've just gotten in the habit of recognizing the red flags from the go. So if you can get in the habit of doing that, yeah, you're going to be lonelier, but you're not going to have all of that bullshit in your life, and you don't have to fear dying every day. You don't have to fear getting manipulated every day. You don't have to fear getting abused every day. Simply being able to recognize red flags in people will keep you safe. And I can just look at him and hearing him talking. He's a walking red flag. He was using her from the start, you know. He was using her from the start and living in her house, not helping with the kid, you know, been there, done that, you know, been there, done that. So I just think that it's important when you see a red flag to run the opposite way, because those red flags only get brighter and bigger with time. All right, we want a Wawa bowl. I gotta use the bathroom. Hold on a second. I feel like I've been stagnant up in this fucking car. I've been sitting in here since like 4 a.m. I use the bathroom too. That humming sound is my front fender. My car was just checked. I don't have transmission or stuff problems as far as like, it's fine. It's the front fender from where I got stuck in the sand. That's what I was talking about yesterday. I hate standardized trucks. I want to remove those fucking fenders. It's the wheel well bullshit. It makes the truck look funny in my opinion, but what do I know? I'm used to monster trucks, not street legal bullshit. So this is bacon ball. You know, something, you know, I just feel like they should cut the shit up, but what do I know? Listen, I just know if it was me making it, I would damn break the shit up like that first girl did. There was a girl that worked in there last week that actually cut the vegetables and the meat up and stuff. I knew it. Look how lazy. This is a bowl that you're supposed to eat with a spoon or a fork. How lazy. Whatever. Listen, I just know that the first time I got this, it was slamming. It was a 10 out of 10. Everything was perfect. And then every time I come back up in here and there's a white person making it, it ain't made right. It's got jalapenos, hot honey, eggs, spinach, onion. Bacon. At least they brought the scrambled eggs back. No napkin. Of course not. That hot honey is spicy. God, I can't believe how cold it is. It's supposed to warm up once the like sun really comes up. I usually don't drink that creamer, but I couldn't find any like fat-free stuff. So, oh God. Yep, sure am. Since you want to mention it, I sure will. Thank you. Thank you. I sure do need them. Sure do, because I have bills to pay. And I work my ass off. Sure do. Since you want to bring it up, thank you for pointing that out. I do need to do that more. Since motherfuckers don't want to give me a job, this is what we have to resort to. I filled out over 300, 400 job applications last week. I haven't heard back from one person. I did 190 just on Monday of last week. But yet, I go into places and my food is made like shit. There's a breakfast bowl that you're supposed to be able to pick everything up and eat it in, like, not have to fight with your fucking tomato. This would have never come out of that kitchen if I was working in there. She's not even busy. I was the only food order. She could have took her time, cut them tomatoes, cut that bacon up like the other girl did. It's just sheer laziness. Sheer laziness. Like, and another thing, Even if you had a knife, it would be extremely hard to eat this and cut it up because of how much stuff is in the bowl. You can't, there's nothing to bear down on to cut the vegetables up. You see what I'm saying? She put way too much hot honey. Like, it's literally, everything is soaked. It's almost like she put layers. Hell, the way she looked at me, she might have done it intentionally. I genuinely just think that people don't know. You know what I mean? They're not trained. They just stick them in there. It's a mess. Yeah, I agree, but that's over half of the workforce. I agree. Laziness is the worst thing for an employee. But that's everybody. Nobody wants to do their jobs anymore. Look at society. But they don't want to hire anybody that's pretty now because it makes their other employees feel bad. Yep. They don't like to hire anybody competent either because it makes the employees look bad. That's a fucking fact. I'm just glad that I know that there's science behind that now. I'm not taking it personal. Because for 2 years I did almost. Over 18 months. This job search has been hell on earth. Now knowing what I know, I'm not taking it personal. Quite the opposite. I'm like, oh, I'm too good? Okay, I see. Quite the opposite now. Oh, you think I'm too good? I get it. That one girl that made it the first time, man, it was slamming. It was perfect. It's good. It's just she put way too much hot honey. And she definitely recognized me from the internet because when I walked in, her eyes was like, listen, bitch, unless you're crooked, we won't have problems. Unless you're a walking piece of shit, we won't have problems. Why y'all want to look like that when y'all see me in person? Like a deer in fucking headlights. Another thing is they get this like shame in their eyes. I guess it's because I talk about fat people. Not to be hurtful. Trying to steer you in the right direction. Because I've been there, done that. But I can't help but notice it's usually the same type of girl that recognized me, and then there's like this shame on her face, like I'm judging her for being obese. No, girl, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. I've been there. I feel bad for you. I see you're in a depression. I get it. Quite the opposite. I don't judge anybody for the way that they look. Quite the opposite. I feel bad for them because I've been there. I know that when you get to a certain weight, it's not really your choice. It's kind of snowballed over the years. It wasn't like you just woke up one morning and you was fucking 300 pounds. I get it. And I don't judge you for that, but the reason I talk about these things is because of the success that I've had in my mental health from losing weight. But this is not the type of world where you can be rational anymore. You know, people have to lie to themselves to make themselves feel better. But then you get someone like me in your circle or something, And the elephant is in the room because you know I'm not going to go for your bullshit. Do you see what I'm saying? You look at me and you already know from my online persona that you might lie to yourself, but you ain't going to be able to lie to me. And I just want people to know that it doesn't matter how big you get in life, you can come back from that. You absolutely can. I don't care if you're 600 pounds. You can come back from that. You can have a comeback. Absolutely. You're not stuck in that state for the rest of your life unless you want to be, and you choose to be, and you make choices in your life to add to the problem. That bowl was good, but God, it's hot. Y'all want to go to the beach? Let's go see what's going on. Let's see if the meth heads are out there. I'm not getting out of the car if they are. Where is my vape? Oh God, the birds. The birds, the goddamn birds. They're everywhere. I heard them on my car last night. I was like, Jesus Christ. They were on my tailgate where I made that shrimp yesterday. I got the heat going. I don't know if it's the food that I just ate or the coffee, but I'm hot all of a sudden. Bitch, I'm hot. Bitch, I'm hot. My mouth's on fire. Yo. I still feel bad for them. Cussing Chris out at the gas station. I didn't, but I did caveman grunt at him. Some dude tried to come up and talk to me one morning. I still feel bad. Every time I go and get breakfast, I think about it. I'm like, damn, Brooke, you ain't got to be that mean. And I wasn't mean. I just grunted like a damn Neanderthal. Cave woman. Oh, it's hot. Whew, that food, that hot honey, I told you. I'm about to die. Damn hot honey lit my ass up. Oh, I'm setting at a green light. Setting at a green light. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm on fire. They put so much damn hot honey in there. I can't breathe. It's already park time. Well, I'm like, do I want to go work out? Where's my glasses? I need to clean out this damn truck is what I need to do. I said I was going to do it the other day, and I half-assed did it, but, you know. Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. I do one thing at a time. That's all I can do. Everybody's taking their boats out. Must be nice. I get seasick, so I couldn't own a boat anyways. It would never work. I'd be sick all the time, complaining, on the back, throwing up. Take me back to shore right now. I've tried the Dramamine, but that really takes the fun out of it because that dopes you up so much. You don't want to do anything. You're just laying on the back, hitting waves. The Dramamine, it will take away the sickness from the boat. But you're going to be sleepy and lethargic. And then you mix some alcohol with that. Night, night. Nice knowing you. Glad you could join us for 20 minutes, honey. We'll cover you up so you don't get sunburned. Yeah. Screw that. My lips are on fire. This girl is on fire. I need acne medication, but I don't think the Dollar Tree is open yet. It definitely took the swelling down off my forehead. Look, I look like a whole new person today. Mount St. Brooke is gone. Definitely acne that was about to come up. The one between my eyes is like still a crater, but I can't do anything about it right now because I'm out of medicine. At least those eggs, I can get vegetables with them, so I don't feel so bad. It's definitely a way for like $5 to implement some vegetables into your diet. I mean, how can they fuck up a vegetable? You know? They can't, really. It's just spinach, onion, tomato, and jalapenos. Can't see. Will you chill the fuck out? Of course, a fucking hatchback Subaru. What do I always tell y'all? They're hell on wheels. I got a boat in front of me and this bitch is like all over the place. Somebody riding my ass. Do y'all not see that gigantic yacht in front of us? What do you want me to do? Ride up on it? I don't understand, people. Where do you want me to go? Me, no. Fucking Nissan. Listen, I don't make the rules. When I get cameras, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. The 3 most deadliest cars on the road. We're gonna start with the worst. Honda Accords, okay? I don't know what it is. I don't make the rules. I think that you got to be certifiably crazy to own a Honda Accord. They are like, oh, you off your meds? Okay, yeah, we'll put you in a Honda. It's always a damn Honda. Cutting somebody off, flying on the highway, doing weird shit. They don't know how to drive. Like, listen, I don't make the rules. I just know who I have issues with the most. Hatchback Subarus is coming in second. And Nissan Altimas and Maximas are coming in third. I don't make the rules. I don't know what it is. One day I'm going to have cameras and I'll damn do a compilation video and show you how crazy motherfuckers out here are in those cars. I don't make the rules. I just know that it's always the same suspect. Same. Always. And ain't it ironic? Got this beautiful luxury yacht in front of me. I got the Subaru acting like an idiot to my right and a fucking Nissan behind me acting like an idiot riding my ass. Like I can just jump up on the yacht and make my truck disappear and move out of his way. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't go nowhere. I got a yacht in front of me, sir. Maybe get in the slow lane and try to go around. Because I'm trying to get past the yacht too, but he won't move. So we stuck here. Hold my hand. We're stuck here. I don't know where they be wanting you to go. I don't make the rules. And it could just be on the East Coast that these are the cars that are the usual suspects. It could be an East Coast thing. Listen, I don't know. I just know every girlfriend that I ever had that drove a Honda was certifiably crazy. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that they were. Certifiably. And some of them were professional scam artists. But what do I know? No money for rent, but plenty of money for BBLs and Botox. What do I know? Nothing. We know nothing. I just know my experiences. What I've been through, what I've witnessed. And those 3 cars wreak havoc on the fucking roads. Subaru never knows how to go to damn speed limit. They're always holding up traffic. Hondas and damn Nissans are just pulling out in front of everybody, flying on the highway, acting crazy all over the fucking road. Well, the beach is nice. Beautiful area. Saturday morning, it still feels like Monday to me. I guess I'm looking forward to Monday. I need to brush my teeth and then drink some more coffee because that makes sense. Ooh. Everybody out here fishing. Oh. So nice out here. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Salvador. No, it's not gonna snow, but it is warm. That food got me hot. I'm like sweating. That damn food got me hot, dude. Like I'm sweating. Damn, I need to throw trash away. I got so much to do. I can't believe that girl survived getting shot in the face like that. Her whole face was gone. Like, her whole eye, and then there's, like, scarring all down the rest of her face. And then he gonna sit in jail, because they did an interview with her, and then they went and did an interview with him in jail, and he's sitting there going, no, I didn't shoot her. No, I didn't shoot her. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Wiping the sweat off his hands, because he's sweating from lying. Listen, most people might look at that and not see it for what it is, but I'm here to tell you I'm a damn body language expert, and he was lying through his damn teeth. He absolutely shot her to take the drug money and go use drugs, to take the money that she was saving for bills to go use on drugs. And that's why we don't deal with people that have drug and alcohol problems, because I'm fucking crazy too. So if you want to start some shit, we might damn both be dead by the end of the night, and I ain't got time for it, you know what I mean? There comes a point where you stop dealing with people like that to protect your solitude. And I think a lot of women put up with shit like that because they believe they're abusers, the shit that they say. You'll never find anybody like me. Nobody wants me. Whatever, you know what I mean. And like, don't be believing that shit. That's called gaslighting. Nobody should be putting their hands on you. Nobody should be calling you names. Nobody should be expecting you to fucking support them and their drug habit. And if somebody's got drug problems, you need to go ahead and get out now, because that shit don't get better. It gets worse. And if there's children involved, you're actually putting those children's lives in danger. I know you might not feel like your boyfriend or husband would never, but I can assure you, you are. And that is an abusive situation for the children and for you. Whether it's drugs or alcohol, they're both the devil, and you have to cut that shit off immediately. You have to walk away immediately. That never gets better. And I'm here to tell you that most people don't have the success that I've had with sobriety. They usually stay on drugs and end up dead in prisons, institutions. That's just statistically, most people don't get clean. So you have to remember that dealing with drug addicts every day, and dealing with somebody that's in your inner circle that has substance abuse problems, unfortunately, the reality is they're probably going to be living like that for a very long time until, one of the three happens: jails, institutions, and death. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm being realistic. I'm going off of science. Most people don't get clean. So you got to remember that when you're dealing with anybody that's on drugs, regardless if you're the parent, regardless if you're the spouse, when you can understand that there's a 50% chance that your loved one is going to die or end up in jail, you'll be able to better help that person, because you can let go of some of the compassion that you might have for this person, because that's not what they need. They don't need compassion. The drugs offer that. So what they need is tough love, and absolutely not. Not in my motherfucking house. You can go live on the streets and do goddamn drugs. That's your choice. But not in this house. That's how you show compassion, because you're trying to save their life by setting boundaries. I couldn't even imagine dealing with somebody in that kind of setting. Y'all. At all, because I ain't got the patience for it. Even when I was on drugs, I wasn't running around with drug addicts. You know what I mean? I would go get my drugs and then I would go home or go to work. I wasn't the type that was out in these streets at 2 o'clock in the morning looking for heroin. Never. 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 My drug dealer wasn't even available at 2 o'clock in the morning. We worked on normal adult hours, working hours. We was functioning. You know what I mean? High functioning. I was a high functioning drug addict. But it's also because I had money. So it makes it a lot easier to get drugs when you want it, when you have money. I don't think I ever bought drugs after the sun went down, ever. In my whole career of doing drugs, I don't think I ever purchased drugs after dark. That was the number one rule, you know. That's how you get caught, first of all. But being out in them late-ass hours running around town when ain't nobody else out, you know. I got clean during COVID, so it was perfect for me because all that fentanyl was coming in, which is trash. And my dope dealer got picked up by the feds. And it was a perfect storm, you know. I knew I wanted to get clean. And I knew that it really came down to, am I going to die on drugs or do I want to live? And I wanted to live, so I got clean. And I did it by myself, no rehab. I've stayed clean for over 4.5 years. I know what works. It's really sad that these rehabs are out here asking hundreds of thousands of dollars from family and insurance companies to put people through rehab. And you know, the crazy thing is, I know tons of people that have been to those expensive rehabs. Guess what they're doing now? After their parents spent, you know, $30,000, $40,000 on their stay in Florida or California, guess what they're all doing? They're all on drugs. They've all been to rehab, luxury rehabs all over the country multiple times, and they're still on drugs. It's really sad. We have a breakdown of the system. It's been that way. They're not focused on actually getting people equipped with the tools that they need to stay clean in recovery. Actually, it's more beneficial if these people get clean for a little while, go back out, get back on drugs, and then come back to rehab. That's how they generate income. So in my opinion, there's actually no motive to properly educate these people on how to stay clean. It's another scam, just like fucking everything else out here, in my opinion. And I'm allowed to have that opinion, and I've seen these places firsthand. So, you know. It's as simple as, do you want to die, end up in prison, and keep living this crazy-ass lifestyle, or do you want to be clean? So I got clean, and I'm glad I did. I'll never regret it. But putting up with that behavior never gets better. And matter of fact, when you're giving money to drug addicts, you're enabling them. You're letting them feel like it's okay for them to get high. With a detox, You have to have a controlled setting. You're going to need a few $100s to get yourself going. And if you have the financial capabilities to get IV fluids, that's what you need more than anything. That is at the top of the list. If you can get IV treatments with saline, vitamins, and minerals into your system while you are detoxing, that's going to make that detox go about 50% better. But, rehabs don't even use that. They don't do anything like that. They bring you in and they make you cold turkey. They don't even give you Gatorade. They don't give you water. Honey, you're going to need to be drinking about 3 liters of water a day while you're going through detox. Like, you're going to have to force feed yourself water, which is easier said than done because heroin addicts, they can't even swallow water when they're coming off of heroin, which is why the IV fluids would be so important. Who's going to what facility? Oh, this toothpaste is shit. Oh my God, y'all, I got toothpaste in my fucking hair. Got it on the back of my hand, on my hand. The fucking wind. As soon as I open the door, my hair. I'm going to the park later to shower, so I'll just brush my teeth over there. Yeah, they don't give you shit. All they care about is money. Where is the lid? I'm wondering if I should go do these clothes. I really don't want to, but my hair. The amount of hair is just ridiculous. God. Jesus freaking Christ. Bruh. I do like when it's a little bit colder, I can feel that toothpaste in the end of my hair. I just washed it yesterday, so I'm not washing it today. It actually looks really good. Oh, wow, that's a beautiful boat. Got all wet. Look. Yeah, I used to have a lot of friends that were pretty much alcoholics, and then I dumped them because I realized that they didn't want to change. They want to be drinking and living in misery and allowing people to sexually use them. And, a lot of people have been living that life so long, they don't know how to step away from that. And, most people, from what we've already established on this channel, most people lie to themselves about their current state with drugs and alcohol. So it's no surprise that they lie to themselves. No surprise. No surprise. Where's the sauce bag? I grabbed jelly this time. That's a really pretty boat. And hell, who am I kidding? Most people lie to themselves about everything. So it's not just drugs and alcohol. Most people just gaslight themselves, you know? Until the problem's so big, they can't fucking ignore it anymore. And then sometimes they still do. Glad I don't have those problems. It's peaceful out here and quiet this morning. I bet they were out here being loud as hell last night. Yeah, there's a burn pile over there. Usually there's 5 or 6 scattered along the beach from the night before because, like, young people come out here and damn drink and party and do drugs. I wonder how warm it's going to be today. Like, it feels like it's already warming up, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near 70. So that'll be cold. Anything below 70, and I'm chilly. I'm just glad to be home, because God knows. 3 days in North Carolina like it killed me. Who builds a mansion like that on the ocean? Look at this mansion. Who builds a damn brick freaking center block compound as a beach house? Look at all these beautiful beach houses. And then look at this damn LSD compound over here. Looks like the damn Church of the Latter-day Saints over there. So weird. I mean, look at all these beautiful houses. And then, which one is a cult member? Which one is a cult member? Seriously, it looks like... I don't know about that. Y'all see where that damn dumbass Hawk Tuah girl is in trouble? She might go to jail. She done scammed a bunch of people out of money. That's a scam artist. So if you didn't see this sad little degenerate... this sad little degenerate excuse for life was in Tennessee drunk out on the strip one night and talked to a street interviewer. And he says something sexual. And she's like... She says something sexual. I'm not going to do it because it's disgusting and it really shows how demented society is. She made this sound effect that you would use during sex. And she went viral. So they were going to give her a podcast. She signed a deal with this person, that person. They were going to use her face, you know, as a brand. One thing led to another. And 2 guys who are like crypto... Bitcoin dumbasses. That's other stuff that I don't believe in. I think it's very stupid. So, like NFTs and that shit. Like, what? What? Tell me you got too much money without telling me you got too much money. So anyways, they were going to do some kind of Bitcoin for her called a Hawk. It was HAWK, a Hawk coin. So she signs up with these 2 guys who are cryptocurrency traders. And essentially, they made like $490 million when the coin took off. Like the stocks went up. And the Hawk Tuah girl was making all this money from this Bitcoin, her special coin Listen, I'm not a fake money currency person, so I couldn't tell you what Bitcoin is, but I do know that it's a scam. And essentially, the stock went up and the stock plummeted and millions of people lost millions of dollars. She made millions of dollars off of this, trying to say that she didn't when she absolutely did, because there's receipts. And her name is tied to this business agreement that she had with these two guys. And they made millions off of this. And all of the people that invested lost all their money. Apparently there's receipts. If it's true that there's receipts, Hawk Tuah girl might be going to jail. Because, yeah, that's called a rug pull. A rug pull. Listen, I'm not a cryptocurrency queen, okay? All I know is essentially everything they sold was worthless. And what they did is all the money that was invested, they pulled the rug out and the coin plummeted. They kept part of the money, but all of the investors lost their money that they put in. I mean, it was a blatant scam, and they call it a rug pull, where they pull the rug out from under the investors and the scam artists keep the money. So now, I mean, honestly, she's so dumb. I really don't think that she knew, you know, I don't know. That there's reports that she's been out buying luxury shit. So did she know? I don't know. I just think that, you know, on the surface level, she probably doesn't understand this stuff. Just like, you know, I didn't go to school for a fucking stock exchange, okay? I haven't been working on Wall Street. I don't know how this shit works. But I do understand the concept of the scam. So, you know, what they did was wrong. And she might be looking at jail time one day. I mean, it's kind of, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have never even went into that endeavor because it sounds sketchy to start with. The moment you said Bitcoin, I would have said, no, thank you. You know, it sounds like a scam. They've already had, you know, Bitcoin does not have a good history. So, it's kind of crazy, but I think that she's kind of, you know, she was incompetent to be venturing into those kind of business deals to start with. We're talking about $490 million. We're not talking about a little piece of chunk change. It's almost $500 million. This is a big-ass scam if it was one. And it appears, like I said, that there's receipts. So, but I do think that she was kind of naive, you know, and I don't know. They're saying that she was paid well. So, I don't know. I just know if there's any truth to it, she'll be going to jail. If she was complicit in scamming these people and knew that this was the plan, she will go to jail for this. If that is in fact true. It's just kind of crazy because I would have said absolutely not. Oh, dolphins! Dolphins! Or sharks. How come every time? Literally just saw two of them. Where they at? Every time I see them and then they're gone. I see them and then they're gone. Yeah, I know. How much home training do you have if you're out in the streets? I don't care if I was drunk or not. I wouldn't have been saying some nasty shit like that. It really shows, once again, how people are not being raised right, because she's young. So if we got young girls acting like that in the streets, just imagine what we don't see. It's really disgusting that people are demented and lost. But yeah. And you know, the crazy part is I don't find her attractive at all. Like, at all. Like, she's weird to me. Like, her whole, y'all, I can read people, and not only is she fake, but she's disgusting. She's the type of girl that don't wash her ass before she goes to an interview. Don't ask me how I know these things. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. I don't like her at all. And I think that it's girls like her that are bad for young girls in the upcoming generation. We don't need to be broadcasting stupidity, big sexy red, and fucking people like that. Why are we giving Why are we giving lunacy a front seat? Like, do you want your daughter acting like that? I don't want mine acting like that. What do I know? It goes to show that not only does she not have any home training, but, she's a bad person. She just scammed $490 million approximately off of people. Like, a bunch of simps signed up to buy her Bitcoin because they all damn simping. And they got scammed. I could have told you that, but nobody would listen to me. So I can read a person from a mile away, and I've seen 2 or 3 of her interviews. She ain't too bright, okay? She ain't too bright. It's crazy to me how people like that get a platform. But, good people out here, like Riley Gaines, wonderful women that have class and couth and respect for themselves, they're kicked down in society. Why is that? Oh, I get it. It's the over-sexualization of women. That's what it is. See, you would know that you have no chance, not a shot in hell with Riley Gaines, but you might have a shot in hell with Hawk Tuah, because she's easy, clearly demented. So, that's what it is. It's that simp, lustful, weak people shit. Men, set your standards higher. Just like I tell women, you got to do better for yourself. It's about self-respect. Who you allow into your circle, it shows how much respect you have for yourself by how that person treats you. People that have high levels of respect, they don't want their woman out in the street speaking nonsense like that, drunk or not. Drunk or not. Yeah, I know. Lily Phillips. Yeah. At what moment did you realize that her soul had left her body? Because I think it was the moment that she started crying that I realized she had just given her soul to the devil. And there's no coming back from that. Either you got it or you don't. She got it. She's willing to do anything to become a star. Anything to make some money. Her net worth is only like $200,000. So she, this is all about money. This is all about money. Did y'all know that her parents help run her stuff? Her mother does her finances. Her father is in the background going, "You can do it, sweetie." That poor girl. She gonna get to about 35. She gonna realize her family sold her out. She gonna realize that her parents were her enemies. Hopefully, to save her own soul one day, she comes around. But it is one of the most disgusting things that I've ever seen to watch a cameraman walk into the remnants of what was left of this room after these 100 guys had plowed through this nasty bitch. The cameraman gagged. He said, "What?" The smell was so bad. The cameraman almost threw up on the fucking floor while filming. It is the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen. It's vile. It's absolutely vile. And this girl will never be the same. Her body ain't the same, that's for damn sure. And she lost her fucking soul because she broke down crying. She knows it ain't right. But when your mama and daddy are pushing you to do it, what are you gonna do? When your enemies, who you think are your parents, are in the background being your biggest cheerleaders, telling you to do this, that it's revolutionary, what are you going to do when you're a 20-year-old child? She's still a child. Let's be clear. That girl is a child. I know she looks like a motherfucking woman, but I can assure you that that frontal cortex, that hippocampus, GABA, whatever, none of that shit is developed. That is still a child. Mentally, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. It's disgusting. I don't care that she's of 18. She's of age. She can make her own choices. Absolutely not. Society is horrible for standing back and watching it and saying nothing. Somebody, I feel sorry for that. I feel so sorry for her. Like, she's absolutely a victim in this, of her own stupidity at the very least. Of her own, she's a victim of her parents, I saw an interview with Candace. I posted a clip, and Candace says, and Lily says, well, what would you have my mother to do? She's just trying to help. She does my finances. I'm sure she does. What would you have her to do? And Candace says, talk you out of it. That's what a mother should do, is talk you out of this. I know one thing. If my mother was alive and I was to go try to sell my ass on camera, my mother would have showed up, grabbed me by the hair on my head, whooped the hell out of me, like literally beat me like a grown fucking woman and told me to get in the car. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And there's going to come a time, mark my words, remember you heard it here first, there's going to come a time where Lily grows up and she's going to realize that she was sold out, manipulated, and used by her own family. And I just hope that she gets away from them at some point. I hope that she does not go through with sleeping with 1,000 men, which is her next plan. There ain't no amount of money in the fucking world. No amount of money in the fucking world that would have put me in her shoes. No money. I don't care if you offered me $100 million. I would never do that shit. It's disgusting. And she thinks, see, and the saddest part is, I think the saddest part is this girl is so stupid that, I mean that respectfully. We're all stupid. I just want to be clear, we don't know shit. The sad part is she's so stupid, she does not even realize that those STD tests that they said they did are not 100. She'd come out of the room with her eyes burning from all of the damn men that have been in her eyes, clearly red and swollen. Not only are they using this girl, but they're putting her life in danger. Absolutely. Absolutely. Her health in danger. The future of her body in danger. Herpes, gonosyphilis, HPV. You're not coming back from that. Once you have it, you have it. It's just so sad because certain STDs can't be tested for. And I do believe that herpes is one of them, but I could be wrong. I do believe you have to have an active outbreak to even diagnose herpes, but I could be wrong. But I do know that HPV, that's a whole separate test than a standardized STD test. And there's what, 16, 20 fucking strands of HPV? This poor girl, man, not only is her body gonna be ruined, but statistically speaking, she probably already has an STD. It's probably HPV. You know, because that's a whole separate test. They can test for gonorrhea. They can test for syphilis. They can test for chlamydia. That would be one test. But the HPV is completely separate. So, listen, they can say they did testing on all these men. They can say that they practice safe sex. Bullshit. There is no safe sex when there's 100 motherfucking men. That is one of the most disturbing, disgusting acts of humanity, acts of human nature that we've ever fucking seen. And that girl is gonna, I'm telling you, psychologically, she is fucked. We saw her die that day. We saw her soul being lifted out of her. That was her selling her soul to the devil. And you can admit that it clicks. That's when she breaks down and starts crying, realizing what she's done. And she verbally states that she mentally checked out. Let me tell you something. Happy people who have sex don't have to disassociate. Disassociation comes from abuse. And she admits she disassociated. She says she only remembers sleeping with 5 or 6 guys. She said that it became robot-like. She just knew what she needed to do. She disassociated out of there mentally. Yeah, girl, that's something we see with victims of trauma. Just wanted to point that out. I wonder how much money she made from that. Not a lot. Nothing in comparison to what they've made off of her face. You know what I mean? Nothing in comparison. I just can't believe that we're at a point in society where we still allow shit like this. We could absolutely stop it. We could absolutely stop it. You know, but that's the thing. Unfortunately, the majority of the world is perverse. They're stuck in lust and the devil's work. And when you got people behaving like that and involved in it, of course, they're going to be drawn to bullshit like that. It's just really sad, because I'm telling you right now, before she's 40 years old, mark my words, just remember, Brooke said it first 20 years ago. She's going to have a come to Jesus moment, or she's going to go in the opposite direction, get on drugs, and, you know, because you can't get abused like that and deal with that type of abuse and then have everybody in your circle gaslighting you, telling you that it's the right thing to do, and she knows it's the wrong thing to do. Otherwise, she wouldn't have started crying. There's so many layers to that, her crying right after. There's so many layers to that. But that's how she really feels. What she showed us, the breakdown, that's how she really feels on the inside. Yeah, that shit ain't safe at all. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they were damn tested 10 times in 10 weeks. Absolutely not. There's certain stuff they didn't test for. And I'm almost sure of that shit. Because I don't know how expensive that would be to test 100 men for all STDs. And there's a list of them. I don't know how expensive that would be, but, you know. And it's one of those things where, you know, when you're dealing with porn companies, they really don't give a fuck. They want the shot, and that's really all they care about, is money. So if a porn star or an actress is in any kind of trouble or threat or danger, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. It's just like Hollywood, but worse. Imagine the most perverse Hollywood setting. Boom. There you go. That's that girl's life. Working for porn companies and doing all this nasty shit. It's horrible. Horrible. Yeah, I saw that. We'll see. Yeah, and see, here's the thing. She's still so young. She's not even aware yet, you know. I don't really feel like people really come into a high level of awareness until, you know, late 20s, early 30s. Now, some people are blessed and they come out the womb knowing what they're going to become at damn 8 years old. But, you know, most people come into their higher level of awareness, self-awareness, in their late 20s to early 30s. So she's going to have a moment, and I don't know which way she'll go, but it's going to end up really bad for her, where she's on drugs or involved in some crazy shit or has a mental breakdown, or she'll realize that everybody in her circle fucked her over, played her, and manipulated her so that they could have money. One or the two. And Britney Spears is apparently speaking of Britney Spears, Laura, Britney Spears is apparently in Mexico doing methamphetamines with her damn brother. Did y'all know that? Listen. Alright, let me start from the beginning. So Britney Spears went to Mexico. She's been down there acting a fool. Her brother went down there. Jason, is that his name? I don't know. It's her older brother. He looks like a perp, okay? Perp alert. Perp alert. He looks like a perp. So, he was dating this other star. I've got to get acne medication today, y'all. It looks better. The medicine's helping. He was dating this girl who was a star. Amber Lynn. Listen. All these damn Lynn's. Jamie Lynn. Amber Lynn. I think that's her name. Anyways, Amber Lynn said... Let me grab my tea. Amber Lynn said that Britney's older brother was manipulating her, using her money, and feeding her full of methamphetamines. Now, not only did she say this, but she apparently has videos, text messages, and screenshots to prove this. Listen, I don't know if the rumor's true, but if that Spears is like the other Spears, I'm willing to bet that it's true, because Britney has been extremely erratic since she got to Mexico. Posting crazy stuff. One time she posted a video, said she was moving to Mexico. Then the next morning she's posting other stuff, talking about crazy stuff. What if it was never mental health drugs to start with? What if they've been feeding this girl drugs for years? Because she kind of looks like it, and I've noticed that. I've always wondered, like, is she doing drugs too? Because she's had this look. So, and she's always been erratic, you know, but that could just be trauma. I'm erratic. So I was like, okay, well, she's been through a lot. But also, there's been times where I'm like, that's meth. And I've thought this for 5 or 6 years. But, you know, if you don't know something, you don't want to just accuse people. But now that Amber Lynn's come out, I'm like, yup, I knew it. Like, I felt it. Something was off. Even when she was with Sam Asghari, or whatever his fucking name is, that shitbag that used her, even when she was with him, she was erratic. And I don't know, y'all. I believe Amber Lynn. I really do, because her brother is a scam artist, just like her father. Her brother also has a history with drugs. So, I don't know. I don't know. And she said some weird shit. She says Britney and this guy, her brother, was in a video. I'm just going to call him Jason for now, because I don't know his fucking name. So, Jason and Britney, her older brother, was in a video together. And she's like, yay, my brother's here. My sexy brother's here. She posted this on Instagram. She says, quote, my sexy brother is here. And let me tell all you bitches, if you try to mess with my brother, he's mine. I'm sorry, what? Hey, girl, that's not a normal brother-sister relationship. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, and I feel like there would have to be something going on. Maybe some mental health drugs. Maybe some drugs. I don't know. She just does not. Has anybody seen this? Has anybody seen... Yeah, she has been dramatic all her life, but this is past that. Yeah, Salone has a video on his channel that talks about it. Salone talks about it on his channel. Mom wants her 15%. Right, Jason Puck? Right. So sad. Hey, Virgo. Yeah, I don't know. It would explain a lot if it is methamphetamine. It would explain her erratic behavior for the past 5 or 6 years, you know. It would explain a lot. There's some toothpaste in my hair, y'all. This one piece, oh my God. I don't want to have to go wash my hair today. It was so soft and it was like laying right, and now... Look how that shit condenses when you put water on it. I got some long, like, it's fluffy. I got some fluffy hair. I do love that. At least it has body. I have people tell me all the time, they're like, oh my God, your hair has so much body. I wish my hair was like that. Like, thanks. Thank you. That sweet girl that works down at the Dollar General, she was one of the ones that told me that. She's so sweet, y'all. I would love to work with her. She's so funny. And like, one day I went in there and there was this lady in there asking people in the store for money. Like, I'm literally homeless and broke 90% of the time, and I've never walked into a damn gas station or something and been asking for money. Like, first of all, she came in there, this lady who was clearly on meth, she came in there acting erratic, being crazy, okay? And she brings 2 sodas up to the counter to check out. And the girl behind the counter, who I see every time I go in there, sweet girl, young, really kind, like, she's just really nice. And the lady's, like, trying to check her out, and she's like, yeah, that'll be $2 and some change. The girl goes to use her card. The card doesn't work. The girl says she needs to go back out to her car because her boyfriend's out there. She's going to get his card. So she does that. She's holding up the line. The poor girl behind the counter is looking at me, and I'm like, it's fine. Girl, take your time. I'm in no rush. Like, she didn't know whether she needed to cancel that order and start ringing me up or wait on this woman who was being erratic and clearly on methamphetamines. The girl comes back in, and that card doesn't work either. So the woman starts walking around the Dollar General asking people for money. And some lady gave it to her. She comes back, and she's like, oh, somebody gave me this to pay for the sodas. Me and that girl were talking to each other through, like, telekinesis or something. Is that what it is when you can, like, talk to each other? We was reading each other's minds. I was like, girl, ain't this some shit? And she was like, girl, I don't even know how to act. Is this bitch on drugs? And I was like, girl, yeah, she's on drugs. Like, we was having a whole conversation. Okay. I got up to the counter after that crazy bitch walked out. I said, Lord have mercy. She's like, I didn't know what to do. I said, no, you're fine. I said, girl, I can't imagine. You probably deal with some crazy motherfuckers over here because she on the not so good side of town. And she's always in there. From open to close, that girl's running that place. Always in there. Really nice girl every time I go in there. That shit was crazy, though. I was like, that bitch didn't have no money, and she really just come up in here and scammed everybody for 2 sodas. Absolutely. She knew she didn't have no money for she come in there. That was a scam in the making. You know what I mean? Like, she had a scam up her sleeve, but she needed to be in the store to make it happen. It's just crazy to me. Soda. Fucking soda. Bitch, you don't even need a soda. She needed a dentist, but, you know, I'm gonna mind my business. You better stay away from that methamphetamine if you like your teeth, honey. And I wonder why it rots their teeth so bad. And they got this smell that comes with it too, honey. That shit'll sucker punch you in the face real quick. You ain't even got to be near them. You can be a mile down the damn road and you're like, what the fuck? Somebody die around here? And then they walk up on you and you're like, oh my God. There was a girl, a stripper in Virginia. I'm sitting at the bar. First of all, she was 24 years old and I thought she was 40, and I'm not exaggerating. The drugs she had track mark scars up her neck, track mark scars in her forehead. I ain't never seen a 24-year-old look like that in my life. Every tooth in her head was rotted out, and she was a stripper. This is why I left the game. Because girls like me are not appreciated anymore. Guys would rather go to the back, fuck her for $20 than actually meet an intelligent woman of some sort in a strip club, most definitely. and get a dance from somebody that's a little more classy and professional. They absolutely would. They absolutely would. So anyways, I'm at the bar. The bartender's behind the bar. I noticed out of my peripheral that this girl had like walked up and sat down maybe like 4 or 5 bar stools down to the right of me. I start smelling something, and the bartender is in the bar sink. A lot of these establishments, like old bars and stuff, the drains stink from years of pouring beer down the drains. The drains bubble up and they stink. So I thought what I was smelling was the fucking bar sink. And I said, what's that smell? God, that sink stinks. It was like 5 minutes later that I stood up and walked down to the other stripper when I realized it was her mouth. I could smell her mouth from bar stools down the fucking bar. That's the type of strippers that they want at strip clubs nowadays. They don't want good girls that, at least 20 years ago, there was no funny business going on. There was no prostitution in the clubs. Always going to have a crackhead club where you can go get laid. But I'm talking about gentlemen's clubs where there was a higher standard, okay, better service, and more ladies that were geared towards education, family, no drug problems. But now they're all stereotypical. It's all girls with drug problems and missing teeth. And fucking the last time I was in a strip club, I was the skinniest bitch in there. Everybody was over 200 pounds. I said, Lord have mercy. People pay for this? I can't deal with it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in that environment anyways because it's trash. Because you're dealing with society's most broken, demented drug problems, you know? That shit was wild. That girl looks so bad. That was the girl that told me she had one guy she fucked for an iPad, remember? She's like, oh, I got one guy, he gives me $200 for my rent. And then I got another guy, he bought me an iPad last week. Bitch, it wasn't even a fucking iPad. It was a damn Obama tablet, okay? Like, girl, you really out here sucking dick for this? Like, I'm sorry, but like, no, absolutely not. You are fired. Hey, Papa, what you doing? Nice Chevy. Big old tires. Oh, you got him a Christmas hat and some Christmas bells on the back. That's a nice. It's a 2012 LT Silverado. I always like the way those sound. That's what I wanted when I bought this. They said, well, we do have some 2012s, but we also have a newer one. It's okay, though. They took 20 grand off the asking price, so that's why I said yes. I said, if you can get it under 39, I'll say yes. But I ain't signing for anything over that. It would have been over 60 grand if they wouldn't have took that money off. So they actually took quite a bit of money off the asking price. So if you ever need me to go with you to buy a car, just know I can probably get you 10 to 20,000 off. I've like perfected this down. When you've bought, you know, so many cars, you start to perfect walking into a dealership and walking away. They'll call you. They'll call you. Just give it time. Well, we got to thinking and the finance department got to working on some numbers. It just so happens we can give it to you for $12,000. Yeah. They'll call real quick. Especially nowadays. I mean, shit. They ain't selling no cars. They ain't selling no cars right now because of the finance rates. Nobody wants to deal with it. I saw a report that said 73% of Americans said that they are holding off on buying a car until Trump is back in office. It said that 73% of Americans are holding off on purchasing a car until the industry gets better. So, I don't know why anybody would sign for damn anything over damn 4% anyways, but I guess people are desperate to have a whip to get to work, so they have no choice, right? When you need reliable transportation, you ain't got no choice. And if your credit's bad and you ain't got a cosigner, you're going to be paying 21% interest, baby. No, you know, I mean, I don't make the rules. That's what's happening. I have two friends that bought Kias. Both of them were close to 20%. I said, bitch, it's a Kia, not a Mercedes. Like, what? It's not even an investment. The front fender's going to be hanging off in 2 weeks. Like, it's not even going to hold its shape. Once your big ass gets in there, it's going to be running lopsided. No, but for real, they just don't make shit like they used to, and I find it humorous that they put the cheapest parts on these cars, and then they sell them for these astronomical, you know, I'm just telling you guys that a Kia should never be over 20 grand. I don't care what make and model it is. I don't give a shit that they think that they're too big for their pants now. It's a fucking Kia. They used to give those away. Buy one, get one free. Sure did. Back in the 90s, they sure did. Buy one, get one free. These cars are the cheapest parts with the cheapest materials. That's a $20,000 car. I don't care if it's a... What's that new one? The little square one that they came out with. My ex had one. I don't know. It's the SUV. 25 grand. I drove it. I whipped it around. Okay. Cute little car. Okay. Great on gas. Don't get me wrong. But what I am saying is it's not worth 40, 50 grand. It's crazy. That's a BMW. That's a Chevy. That's top of the line cars. You know, that's a Silverado, an Escalade. Like, and they're actually 100 grand now, which is even crazy because they're pieces of shit too. I had one. Biggest piece of shit I bought. So, you know, I've pretty much been through everything car I can, tried and true. Hondas are good cars. They're reliable. They're great on gas. Still made with cheap parts, though. You know, it just, I don't see why anybody would pay anything over $20,000-$25,000 for a sedan anyways. But Kia, I mean, and look at all the problems they've had with them getting stolen. They're literally the most stolen car on the road, and what does Kia do? Nothing. They don't give a shit. They want it to get stole. So you have to go get a new car. Fuck that. I'm not damn stressing every day. Is my car still out there? Is my car still out there? I just think that they're overrated, and I think that people need to come back down to reality. You know, we have levels to this shit. We've always had levels to this shit in the car market, and Kia has notoriously been on the bottom. So how they have $50,000 cars now, I'll never fucking understand. But it definitely comes from the consumer allowing it to happen. What is that damn thing called? Them square Kias that look like a damn box. That son of a bitch paid almost 50 grand for that car. I said, what? What? How? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't fucking know. And actually, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge might be on the bottom. I'm joking. I'm joking, all you Dodge fans. I'm joking. But Chrysler, absolutely, and Jeep, you know. Like, they have more problems than any other vehicle on the road. Jeeps. I've had 2 of them. They were both pieces of shit. Brand new, off the showroom floor, pieces of shit. So, I just think that certain things are overrated. Yeah, they're cute, but they ain't got no fucking room in them. Jeeps are so uncomfortable, you guys. You're driving like this. The center console is like a fourth of this on. Where are these little worms coming from, y'all? Look. Where did he come from? And what is that? I found one in here yesterday, too. Where... I want to pick him up. I can't get him. Ugh. Damn it. I threw him in the fucking door. I wonder if that's the same one for yesterday, because I didn't get him out. Dropped him in between the seat. I wonder if he wiggled his all the way. He spent the whole night climbing back up here only for me to throw him outside on the ground. I wonder what that is. It's like a little... It's probably where I had the windows down yesterday at the park, you know. He probably flew in off the trees. That's something that happens quite a bit. God, don't get stuck in the sand, Brooke. Dumbasses be down here damn running donuts and shit, and then it leaves ruts in the sand, and then the high tide comes up, and then the ground is wet, and then you go to drive by and you get stuck. I don't know. I think that Hondas and Nissans are some of the most reliable vehicles on the road with the best gas mileage. They'll last for forever. My mama had a damn Nissan that probably had damn 500,000 miles on it. I'm not joking. She drove it for like 15 years. And then she sold it to some kid that was in high school. He drove it around for another damn 5 to 10 years because I used to see it going through town. I could always tell it was her car because the back bumper had paint missing and it was yellow. The rest of the car was black. But I guess from just years of wear and tear, the rain and the elements had done took the paint off the back bumper. That car had to have had 400, 500,000 miles on it. I think it was a 1990 to 1995 square body Maxima. She loved that car. So they're good cars, and Hondas too. And I do think that Kia has gotten popular because they are reliable. And they have all of these, like, technology features and shit. They got the funky looking lights in the cars, and, like, you know, some of them are nice, got leather seats and stuff. But it's still a Kia, you know. We have to remember that they were buy one, get one free at one point. It's not like they were, you know, I just don't understand how a car that cheaply made could be worth 30, 40, 50 grand. It's just, you know, they've gotten greedy. That's greed. That's greed. You know, how great would it be for them to price their cars reasonably in a time where people are refusing to buy? Do you understand what that would do for the economy? Do you understand how quickly their products would be flying off the shelves? Cars would be driving off the lot if they reasonably priced Kias and were not asking quadruple, 10 times the financing rate of what they should be asking. Do you see what I'm saying? I think it's stupid on Kia's part. Fucking Kia Forte, fucking 30 grand. What? It's a matchbox with 4 wheels. No features. Hell, the windows, you might still have to do this in. I'm joking. You still might have to damn roll that bitch down. You know what I mean? It ain't even got a damn push, roll down window. Can't even block the haters out. I don't know, I'm just joking. But y'all know, like, that's how cars are nowadays. They, like, you're getting the most standard thing, and they want astronomical prices with a high APR. And then 6 weeks later, it might get stole. Who knows? So exciting! So exciting! That little worm. I wonder if I need to, like, clean out the truck, make sure I ain't got some fruit I done forgot about or something. Welcome to car life. Was that a fruit worm? Or a tree worm? So exciting! Do I have an infestation? Or did he fly in here? You never know. Yay! That's from that Kevin Hart when he says, he's on the ride. He's like, I ain't got no click. He's got like he's on a roller coaster, and it's got this thing that goes down over his head to hold him in the roller coaster. And he says, wait a second, man. He's talking to the attendee that runs the amusement park ride. He says, wait a minute, mine didn't click. And the little Chinese guy that don't speak English, he says, yes, so exciting. He's about to die on the damn roller coaster because it didn't like shut. And he's trying to tell the attendee that he's about to die. And the guy says, so exciting, because he thinks that he's like excited about riding the roller coaster. And what it was is he was not locked in. Speaking of which, there was a little boy that died not too long ago. He fell out. How can I explain it? It was one of them. It looked like this, and you had to sit in it, and it had a thing that went down over your head. When the ride went up, the boy slipped out and fell to his death. His family was awarded millions of dollars because of that malfunction that happened with the ride. But y'all remember that little boy that was decapitated that went down an amusement park slide like 10 years ago, right? His whole family watched him be decapitated. It was one of those slides that you go down and you go like this. Well, he went down and something went horribly wrong. He was decapitated and killed on the spot. His whole family was there and witnessed this. Horrific, okay? Horrific. But this is why Brooke don't get on that shit. Because Brooke has bad luck. And she would be the motherfucking one that gets decapitated, okay? And then there'd still be people, well, I know she was doing something wrong. She was probably high when she was up there, which is why she probably died. Like, there'd still be people running that shit talker saying that I damn did something wrong and it was my own fault. Lord. Yeah, so, You know, and recently at Carowinds, there was a whole roller coaster of people. There was 50 people on the highest roller coaster in North America. It's in Carowinds. It's in North Carolina. Outside, it's in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's an amusement park. Carowinds is huge in the South. People travel to go to Carowinds in Charlotte. It's kind of like what is that place? Anyways, it's like Bushes or whatever it's called. So anyways, Busch Gardens. It's like Busch Gardens. So this father's on the ground watching his daughter go around the roller coaster. And he looks over and he noticed that this roller coaster, which again is the largest one in Northern America, he notices that on the foundation of the roller coaster, you know, this roller coaster is up on stilts in the sky, hundreds of feet up. The foundation, the poles that the roller coaster sat on, one of the foundation was actually cracked. It was cracked away from the seam, and as that roller coaster was going around, you could see the crack get bigger, and then when the roller coaster would leave, the crack would set back down where it was cracked, and then the roller coaster would go around, and that crack would lift up from the damn pole. And, you know, we're talking about a malfunction that's going to be expensive to fix, number one, which is probably why they allowed the roller coaster continue. Okay, because let's be clear. If you can look up and see that, they knew. They knew. Carowinds knew that that ride was broken. They were going to wait till somebody see it, I guess. At some point, the father is like, holy shit, this whole ride is going to come crashing down out of the sky. He goes running over to the attendee. He says, sir, you got to shut this down. My daughter's up there. It's broken. He says, you know, the structural foundation is cracked away from the seams. We've got to shut it down. You know what this attendee said to the father? He said, no. He said, no, I can't do that. As his daughter is up there going around on this broken piece of equipment. Hundreds of feet in the sky. So the father called the police department and the fire marshal. Good for him. That's what you do right there, Papa Bear. That's what you do. Fire marshal come out, and from standing on the ground, they looked up and they said, shut it down. That father probably saved at least 50 lives, because if they would have continued letting that roller coaster go on broken like that, it would have came down eventually. It would have came down eventually. So, you know, these are the things I think about every time I'm in an amusement park. What about you? They're like, you don't want to ride? I'm like, fuck no. Are you kidding me right now? Let me tell you about just the deaths that I can call off the top of my head. I'm good. Thank you, though. I'll watch. I'll be a spectator. I'll eat my damn, my fried donuts and Oreos and damn Snickers. I'll be fine. Get me a funnel cake. Find me a beer. I'll have fun down here on the ground in the safety of living. No, thank you. Yeah, so come to find out, they fixed that ride. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I don't know about that. I mean, they built it to start with, and the damn thing broke. So, maybe somebody was wrong with their engineer plans, because it looks to be that roller coaster's weight potentially broke that. I don't know. I don't know. It looks like the weight of the ride, because the way that the structure was set up, it goes up a hill, it goes straight, and then it wraps around a corner. It gets up speed, and then it wraps around a corner, and it throws these people around this corner when it's carrying them around it. Right where it throws the weight of it. Listen, I'm not a physics teacher. I just got basic common sense. It appears that when the weight of that roller coaster throws it around, that's exactly where the structure snapped. Now, I'm no damn, Einstein, but just basic common sense would tell us maybe they need some additional support in there, because it appeared to me that the weight of that roller coaster cracked that foundational pole that is supporting it. Now, I don't know what they did or fixed it, but it's not rocket fucking science. If I can picture that and I can see what went wrong from the sky and how it got broke, engineers should be able to prevent it from happening again, right? So I'm sure it's, I'm pretty sure it's safe to ride on. Ride at your own risk. Or ride at your own, Brooke, ride at your own, yeah, I guess ride at your own risk. Crazy shit. I feel super bad for the little boy that got decapitated. The father, the other son, the mother, everybody was there. Everybody was there, and they watched him killed. They were waiting for him at the bottom of the slide to come down. He come down in 2 motherfucking pieces. Poor little boy's head was gone. I mean, all I know is no amount of money could ever fix that. But if anybody damn deserves some money, it's that family. Please go give them enough money to damn work through all the years of therapy that they're going to need from watching their damn brother and son. I don't understand how malfunctions could even happen like that, but clearly they happen all the time. I saw another one with a damn claw. You're sitting on it, and then it throws you up, and then it throws you around. I think it's the claw. Anyways, it completely broke off the whole claw, and nothing but the claw went flying across the ground. And multiple people died during that one. The whole fucking machine just fell apart, and the claw that spins around come off of the main structure and went flying through the air, and everybody died. Not everybody, but most of them. Fuck no, I don't want to ride no rides. I'm good on that. I'll watch you from afar. I'll live, what do they call that? Vicariously through you? Vicariously through you getting thrown around. I ain't doing that shit. At all. I'm about to run in here and use the bathroom, throw my trash away, and then we'll meet up at the park. Because I think it's going to be cold today. I think it's going to be super cold. Yeah, absolutely, Dr. Death. Could you imagine watching your kids? Let me tell you something. If you ever hear I went to jail, it's because I was at an amusement park and some damn carny told me no. If my children were up there and he would have told me no, I think I would have lost my mind. Seriously, I think I would have lost it. I would have just went insane immediately. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? Like, my kid's up there. Get him down now. Like, you know. So good for the father for holding his composure. By the time the U.S. Marshals got there, by the time the fire marshals and the cops got there, the ride had stopped, but they were still running it. It was only when the fire marshal looked up and said, "Shut it down," did the carny stop the ride. I would have lost my mind. I don't know how some of you parents, I guess that's why y'all are still parents and I'm not, right? I don't know how some of you parents hold it together in these situations. Because I just know that them's fighting actions. At this point, it's a kidnapping. And I'm going to have to get my kid back. You know what I mean? So if I got to whoop your ass and go to jail and shut this ride down myself, that's what I'm going to do. Good for the father. Called the police, called everybody, get them out here. But anyways, I'm going to run, and we'll talk in a little while when I got my life together a little better. I might shower. I need to get acne medication. We might go to Walmart. Smart father. Oh, okay. Well, Dr. Death, yep, there you go. I'm talking about the synthetical centripetal of how the speed is going around the curve. There you go. Yeah, that's what I meant. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe out there, and happy early Christmas. We got 4 more days, 5 more days, and it's over. So stay positive. Don't kill anybody between now and Christmas. It's going to be okay. Go outside. Get you some caffeine, nicotine and coffee together, and everything will be fine. We're going to make it through this Christmas season without any murder. Maybe. I don't know. There might already be. It might already be some deaths. We'll find out this afternoon. Y'all be safe. Bye, y'all.